Live better electrically. Does that mean I stick my finger in the socket? Alrighty, so let's try and make this intro as smooth as possible. This video is a great metal detecting hunt I went on. I think it was, I don't know, a couple days before New Year's. I can't remember. This is one of my last videos from my 2018 footage. I have a little bit more, but not much. I'm almost caught back up. The great thing is I went back to this location today and had just as, if not better, hunt. It was absolutely amazing. So I think you guys are going to enjoy the digs. I will apologize in advance. Some of the frames aren't the best quality. Not everything's not in frame all the time. It was really muddy, it was really cold, and I did the best I could with filming. And it was a bit windy too. But I found a lot of good stuff, a lot of good live digs you're about to see. So, I hope you enjoy the video, and let's show you this real quick. For those of you who haven't tuned in to the live streams, those are all stickies from people who sent super chats. And I got them all on my stop sign up here, and this is in the works. I have 5 boxes of $50. Man, I don't even know when I'm going to get this video up. I haven't even posted my video yet of when I went through like a bunch more of these boxes. But anyway, I made one super awesome ender find in these, so this will be coming. Check this out right here. On the end of the roll. One of my best enders ever. Look at that shiny bicentennial 1776 to 1976 S proof coin. On the end. Can't beat that. Now there isn't any silver on the ends of these rolls, so I'm not sure how these boxes are going to be for finding silver coins, but got that awesome proof on the end. So anyhow, we're going to get right into the metal detecting. I'll see you guys on the flip side. So my first signal being very shallow, it was just the end of an old pull tab there, and my next signal kind of rang in similar to a full pull tab, and a couple inches down, it's actually a neat old little buckle. Not sure what that would have been off of, but pretty neat little find. I'll get it cleaned up later. Okay, my next signal about a yard later. Solid nickel signal, only about 1.5 inches down. I thought it was just going to be a piece of a can, but it is a nickel. It's the first coin. I'm not sure how old it is. I'm going to clean it up a second and we're going to check it out. Alright, it's a little bit rough, but I think it's a 1946. So we're right in that World War II range, and just missed a war nickel on that one. But after getting the buckle in this in only a minute, I think we're on to a good lawn. So stand by. I think there's going to be some more oldies coming out of here. Hopefully something really good. We'll see. Alright, so I think there is some fill in this yard. You can see up along the side of the trees. And this is an area where there's a lot of fill dirt out toward the road that the city probably put in when they were doing updates and stuff. But the two good signals I've had so far have been shallow, so I'm really not sure. But anyway, I got a really shallow 82, 81 here. It's probably a shallow copper penny. It's the first high tone I've had though, so we'll just see if it's a shallow weedy or if it's just going to be from the 70s or 80s, maybe. Oh, unless that's it. It's neither. What do we have here? Alright, I'm not sure what that broke off of, but it appears to be a piece of brass or copper. Maybe off of an old piece of furniture or something? I'm really not sure. But we'll keep looking. Alrighty guys, so this yard is mostly fill dirt. I've come out by the side of the road here, right where the driveway comes in. You can see it's a sloppy mess right now. We've had a lot of rain. I went up under these bushes and I had a really high signal that it sounds kind of coin-like. Sounds almost like a silver dime. And it's showing a few inches of depth too, so it actually could be. So we're going to go ahead and try this one live and see what we come up with. It does sound very coin-like. Alright, let's see what we got. Maybe deeper. Gotta check it again. Yep, I think it's just a little bit deeper. I need to get new batteries in my pinpointer. Right up under there. I see it. Oh. Ooh, check that out. Oh, it's really sloppy down here. It's a coin sandwich. Question is, are they old? Oh yes. That's a wheat penny right there. And it was stuck to this one. Let's take a look at it. Also a wheat penny. Alright, well that was sweet. Let's see if there's more in there. Well, that's why the signal spiked. Two Wheaties stuck together. We'll take it. There may be a silver hiding in here somewhere. So the Wheatie spill turns out to be a 1956D and 1955D. The 55D being extremely rough. You can see it has a bunch of nicks on it. I didn't bother cleaning them off other than to see the date. But man, maybe it was an old parking lot coin, because that thing is really rough and nicked up. You can see all the corrosion where they were laying on each other, just like, wait for it, just like that there, for quite a long time. It's really windy out, so I apologize if you can hear that. I got a really high shallow signal right here. Now this could be steel. I didn't mess with the discrimination to try and figure it out by turning it up or down. But if it's not a steel bottle cap, it could be a very shallow silver dime or something kind of like that. So it's right down here in the moss. So we can easily do this live. And yep, just a piece of junk on that one. All right, I'll keep looking. So I'm around the other side of the bushes here, working real close under the edge. And I have a quarter signal. Now it could just be a clad quarter, but since those pennies were old, we're gonna try this live. If I can get under here while I'm filming. All right, let's see what we got going on under here. Whew, it's windy and breezy and cold out today. Oh, yeah, the sun's just coming out now though. That feels good. Did we get it out? We did. And it is a clad quarter. That's really dirty, so I'm not going to be able to see the year on it, but it looks like the relief's pretty high. So it's probably an early one, like a late 1960s, early 1970s. It's just a guess. But hey, we're finding a few things, so I'm going to stick it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I honestly didn't expect this with the amount of groundwork that's been done in this neighborhood when it was built around World War II. But it does sit up on a hill, and I'm in a town where there was a lot of Civil War activity. So I'm digging down in the clay here under some roots, about 6 inches down, just thinking it was going to be a piece of trash, but I'm digging everything here. And check it out. Wedged down in between these two roots, I got me a Civil War period mini ball. Awesome. Sweet. Look at that. I honestly was not expecting one of these in this lawn, but it just goes to show you, you never know. Check that out. Awesome. Well, I will keep hunting, and I'd love to pull out another one of these, but not gonna get my hopes up. I'm happy with that one. Let's keep at it. You little beauty. Take a look at that 3-ringer cleaned up, aka 58 caliber mini ball from the American Civil War. In dropped condition, and doesn't get much better than that. Other than a few marks on it, that's about as good as you can find them. So super happy to find that out of that lawn. That was a good pluck right there. Wasn't expecting it, but that's what I love about this hobby. Just when you think you know what you're going to find, you don't. I have a nice signal here, coming right around 80. It's like maybe 2-3 inches down. We're going to do it live. Could be an old wheat penny, could also be something else. Sometimes the wheat pennies will ring in a little bit lower like that. Normal copper pennies will ring in like 83 around in there, give or take a notch. But sounds good, so definitely going to check it out. Right down in here under this root. Seems like it's kind of right directly under there. I do see it. Looks like an old penny. I assume with how low it rang up that it is going to be a wheat. Well, I can't really see. It's really muddy, but I'm almost certain that's a wheat penny. Because normally you can see the memorial on the back if it is a memorial penny. So we're going to call that one a wheat penny. I'm 99.9% certain. And I'm going to keep looking. Things are looking up. Just to give you an example of an area with fill dirt here, I pulled a trash target out of here. It's like a dark kind of topsoil on the top layer, then immediately transitions into a kind of a deep orange clay, which isn't the normal soil type for the lawns around here. And it's really hard packed in, so that gives you an idea what some fill dirt looks like here. And we're going to keep looking though. On the edges of the property in some various spots, there's still a few things poking around. I ain't done yet. Alright, so I don't know if they shifted a lot of this ground around instead of filled it in some areas, but let's see if make sure I have the right two coins here. But anyway, just real shallow next to this old brick walkway. I found a 1968 and 1973 penny that were really shallow, almost right on the surface, and I kept walking down. I had another signal right on the surface. Now I already pulled this out. I put it back to show where it was, but it's sitting right under here, right with the grass, not even under the ground. So I picked that up, and it's a 1961D memorial. So maybe they shifted some of this around when they did some repairs to this walkway. I'm not sure, but there's coins from the 60s and 70s here, like literally from the surface to not even an inch down. It's pretty crazy. Hopefully there's a shallow silver right here. So right on the surface, a couple feet away from each other, I just found 3 pennies, 2 zinc and 1 copper. Got another one of them surface signals, and just barely under the grass. Just found a modern key here. So I'm going to check with the homeowner here and see if they lost this, because it looks fairly new, like it hasn't been down there more than a year or two, if that. So I'll check, see if it's theirs. I mean, I'm sure it's theirs. The question is, do they still need it or not? At first, when I saw this mound on the side of the yard, I thought it was fill dirt that they were using for various landscaping and low spots in the yard. But now that I look at it, maybe they dug this out of the yard. You can see right here, there's a lot of old brick and various materials down in there. So, man, maybe they scooped this out of here. So, I'm gonna have a go scanning this and in and around it, and we'll see if anything turns up. So out toward the road, you can see where it's very waterlogged. We've had a lot of rain. I had a deep coin tone, and I figured I'd finish it live. Came in a solid 85. Could be an old penny, could be a worn silver dime. But we're almost down at it, and since it's deeper, definitely gonna do it live. It seems like original soil in this section. There it is right there. It's a penny. It's an old one too. It's a wheat cent. Most of the old coins are coming toward the road here, so I'm going to comb this area really well, see if we can squeak some more out. I think that's weedy number 4 though. Happy to have it. Well, I'm still digging through this muddy mess down here. I had an 82 signal, which go figure is lower than the last signal, and it wasn't as deep. It's only about 2 to 2.5 inches down. I was gonna do it live, and then I went, I'm not gonna do it live. It's probably just a copper penny. Check it out. Scooped into my sidewall and flicked out here. We got ourselves a silver. It's funny how it works. The signal that you decide not to do live is the good one. Let's take a look at it, see what it is. Oh, it looks like a Merc. And probably why it rang up low, it looks slick. Not as slick as the last one we found in this neighborhood. But, just pop the clod there. Oh, that popped nice. And see if we can take a look at the date on it. Oh, dropped it back in the hole. This is awfully shiny. 1944. So this is the 3rd lawn I've hit in this neighborhood. And the streak continues. I've hit silver in every lawn now. One lawn was a Merc. The last one, which was across the street, was a Merc and a Rosie. And we got a Merc out of this one. It's not too shabby. I'm gonna keep working this water pit down here. Gotta be something else hiding. And there she goes. Other than a little staining on the cheek area, it is a beautiful coin. Seen its fair share of wear, but I like the look of it. Probably circulated up into the 60s. That would be my guess, because that's pretty worn for a 44 Merc. I have a nice signal here, bouncing between 78 and 80. And at least a couple inches down. Probably not silver, but figured I'd do it live because I'm not in the goopy section. Not sure. The tone's kind of bouncing a little bit, so it may not be an old penny, but I like the depth, so. Seems like the good targets that are here in the original soil areas. I completely forgot what I was saying in the middle of talking. I was trying to think about too many things at one time, but you kind of get where I was going with it, I think. The areas with the original soil, the targets aren't too deep, which is weird because the place I hunted across the street, I'm not going to show too much here, which is right that house there, and most of these on this street, the out by the road is all fill dirt. It's the opposite of this house because it sits higher up. The top part of the yard is fill dirt, and down by the road it's not. So let's see what this is. Which I didn't expect. I expected it to be all fill and modern trash down here where it sinks down in, which you would expect from traffic in that, but it's all old stuff down here and there's nothing old further up in the lawn. That's why you have to check everywhere. And it is a penny, so it's probably going to be a weedy. Let me take my glove off a second. That might be an older one. I doubt it's an Indian, but heck, who knows? That's crusty. Huh. Let me try to wipe it off here a second and we'll take a look at it. Well, it is indeed a very toasted weedy. That's got to be an older one, hopefully from the 1910s or 20s. Probably the oldest coin we're going to find today at this permission. So I'm happy to have it. We'll clean it up later. Well, I was testing out a signal down in the fill layer where you can tell they ran some pipes out to the road at some point. It's the same deal here. There's like some topsoil with a thick clay underneath it. I got down about 8 inches there and it was just a piece of an old mangled can. So that gives you a difference, shows you a difference between the soil types here. Where I was digging the wheat pennies and silver, it's all just kind of a rich soil, and where there's fill, there's a thick clay right underneath the layer of like rich topsoil. So we'll keep working it. There might be a silver $50 down in that water. I wasn't joking about there being a silver $50 down in this water here somewhere. I'm about to go swimming. I'm almost down in it, getting soaked in this goopy mess, and only an inch down. A 59D Memorial. We knew it was coming. But the question is, in this area where water always sits, waiting for a vehicle to drive by, where all this water sits, how are the old targets so shallow? In areas like this, normally they're like 6, 7, 8 inches deep, easy in soft soil, but the old coins are like between 1 and 4 inches down. I mean, this was literally right down there. Look, my hole's filling up with water. It's literally right there. I don't know, but I'm about to swing my coil down in there. Ready to go swimming? I locked onto this signal before I turned the camera on, but figured we'd swing in the water while I'm here. Good way to clean the coil off anyway. But anyway, silver dime signal. Like, literally, very shallow here. I'm barely a foot away from where I dug that 59 penny, which is right here. I think I might have lost my spot a little bit here, but I think it was right here. Let's see if this is a silver coin. Oh, this is a muddy mess. Of course, going live, it probably isn't going to be, but it sounds so good. It could be a Rosie right next to that 59 Memorial. Ugh. Nasty. Well, could be. What do we got here? Oh, it's a piece of a cap gun. I think. Maybe. Oh, I thought it was a hammer of a cap gun. Maybe not. Could be. I gotta clean up later. Some kind of hunk of metal anyway. Looks very cap gun part-ish. Well, in this area, most of the water has dried up, and I'm swinging down in here. Dug a copper penny up by the side of the asphalt. There's some gravel running around the edge of it, but right down here in the center part of where it's sunken in, 5-inch penny here. See if it's old. Nope, that's just a copper penny. Now, that's what I expected. Right down here in the middle of the ditch, even the copper pennies are deeper, which makes sense, but you go a foot up this way into the yard and they're really shallow. Alright, I'll keep looking. So I was exploring around the edge of those bushes again because I was finding old coins up around the edges, and I found a fire hydrant back under there. Wasn't even expecting that, but it's really buried under there. They let the shrubs overtake it, but I'm searching right here by my car. Figured I'd do this edge here out by the road, and I got a high signal. It sounds pretty good. Sounds like a silver dime. Let's do it live and find out. Haven't found anything old over in this side of the yard yet, but hugging this edge, maybe we got something. Ooh, you hear that nastiness? It's really wet here. You can tell by them ruts out by the road. Oh, I forgot my camera battery's about to die. Oh. What is it, stacked pennies again? Can't get my glove off. Alright, I'm gonna do this quick before the camera dies. Penny there. It's a wheat cent. That's a wheat cent, and check this out in the plug. Man, more stacked Wheaties. The good thing about your camera battery dying when you're by your car is it only takes 2 seconds to change, so I am back. So let's take a look at these. That's that Wheatie I pulled out of the bottom of the hole, right there. And this one here, it's still in the plug. The other one probably fell off of there back down into the hole. But I think this one looks like 1956. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, 1956D. And I don't know about the other one because it was that side that was stuck to it. So right, let's set them on here. Let's check it again, see if there's more. Man, I keep getting these silver dime signals and they're stacked Wheaties, but hey, I ain't complaining. We already got a Merc, so I got my silver fix. And it was that earlier, that other Wheatie sandwich that was right over there. Why is it beeping when I point it in the air? This thing's acting weird. I've been beating it to death, though, over the last couple years. Alright, I think that was it. 2 Wheatie sandwich. We'll take it. So this weedy spill was a 1956D and 1951D. The last spill was 56D and 55D, so pretty crazy. But once again, you can see the blue corrosion on this side and on that side for that one. So they were laying something right about like that. Just like the last ones. Crazy how I found two spills like this in the same day with them stuck together. I know this may look like a hunk of junk. It was real shallow here in the section of the yard that has a lot of fill dirt. But I think it's an old tie clip. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I could be wrong. It's really dirty. I can't really tell yet, but you can squeeze that end. I think it's an old tie clip. I'll clean it up later. Getting really cold. Almost finished here. Might be one more thing. We're going to try for one more good target. Well, hopefully this is old because I've been working on this signal for the last couple minutes down here in the water. And here it is. This better be old. The things I do for my viewers. It's at least high relief. I think it's 1968. Well, semi-old. Down here where the other oldies were. But how about that? Not even thinking, because I'm not used to detecting in the water. We can clean it off right here and tell you right now. That's what it is, 1968. Well guys, we ain't gonna get to this one. But it's pretty shallow and I think it's just a copper memorial penny. Yep, we'll have to let that one go. Well, I went for this one because I just thought maybe it could be a deep old coin. Right here at the edge of the driveway by this yield sign and the fire hydrant, which is back under there. And man, I'm down almost 10 inches in this hard pack right here. And it was an aluminum bottle top. Gave off such a good signal. Thought it might just been deep iron, but since it's aluminum, I'm not upset that I dug it. That could have been a silver quarter way down there. I tried. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in business. The lady that lives where I door knocked is super nice, and I was showing her everything that I found, and she insisted that I start metal detecting her neighbor's yard that she's, I guess, close friends with. She was over at their place walking over there while I was here, and she said, go ahead and start metal detecting their lawn. I'm going to text them right now, and if there's a problem, I'll come out and tell you to stop. So she was adamant that I start detecting their property. So anyhow, it's a big lot. There's obviously some fill in all the lawns in this area, but as long as there's some original dirt, which looks like it is in this area, there could be good stuff. Down by the base of a tree, I got this old looking, I think it's a button, but I gotta clean it up more. This tiny little button at the base of a tree, first coin signal, about 4 inches down. Looks like a penny. We're gonna pop it, see if it's old. If it is, it's gonna be a great sign for this property as well. And it is. It's a wheat penny, 4 inches down, original soil in this section out by the road again. So I've got an hour before dark and I'm getting cold, but hey, I'm gonna slug it out. Let's get us some goodies. Okay, I got a bouncy 79 signal. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be an old penny or trash or what, and it was on edge, and I might have clipped it a little bit with a shovel, but I'm down about 3 inches, and I see a green disc, and it's bigger than a penny, possibly bigger than a nickel. I don't know if it's gonna be some kind of old token or what. Oh no, that fooled me. Plopped it out of the side. It's an old shotgun shell head stamp. Oh wow, look at that old paper cartridge preserved there. That's pretty crazy. Like I said, this neighborhood was built in World War II, and it's a nice neighborhood now. This wouldn't have been fired off for a long time, so old trash like that is definitely a good sign for a World War II era lawn. Let's keep searching. Okay, so this yard is almost all fill dirt. Over the last half hour, I haven't found hardly anything except for some shallow surface targets. I got a really deep signal when it hit, it squeaked. So I'm here by the driveway, and it was right over here where I was hitting the old coins in the neighbor's lawn. So I decided to chase this one, and I went down about almost probably a foot into this fill, and I got a huge disc at the bottom of the hole. Now it doesn't look silver. I don't know if it's going to be a huge token or what. I really have no idea. Could be a Kennedy $50, but I don't know. See the edge there? Kind of gave me a heart attack when I saw it. Let's see what it is. Oh, it looks like it's some sort of pendant. This was super deep. Like I said, almost a foot, probably at least a solid 10.5 inches. Can't tell what it says on it. Gold medallion home. Live better electrically. Does that mean I stick my finger in the socket? Might be a little section in this side of the yard that's not all fill close to the driveway here. I just dug a penny, a high relief penny from 1959 to 68. I couldn't see the date. Right down and through here, and I got a real high signal. Sounds really good. Kind of like a silver dime signal. It's hitting strange though. It's covering a wide area, but it doesn't sound big. It could just be on edge, something like that, but it's kind of registering really funny when I try to pinpoint it. But I should have the general area here anyway. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. I'm a muddy mess. Check out my pinpointer. Oh, I can see the edge of it hiding right down under there. It is silver. I can barely see the edge way down in here under the back of the plug. Check it out. See it right there? With a bunch of semi-dormant ants crawling around. Let's pop it out. Oh, I got some ants with it. I'll shake it off. Alright. It's a silver Roosevelt dime. 1964. Sweet. Happy to have that. I'll keep combing this little patch here between the driveway and the path up to the house. Seems like there's a few old things in here. I can tell right here where I'm digging, this isn't the fill now. You can see the soil's softer and original right here. So sweet, we got us original patch. The signal was weird because I think it's a spill. When I first hit the signal this direction, coming from up that way, it hit 83, 84. I thought it was a penny, but when I turned this way, I was like, oh, it sounds more like a silver dime. This is right where we just dug that Rosie out. It was the back of the plug, so it would have been right about here. And I still have that original penny signal back a couple inches. At least I assume it's a penny. It rang up kind of 83, 84, so this could probably be a Rosie in a memorial penny or a wheat penny spill. Because that Rosie was 1964, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a wheat penny. It could be an older memorial. But what I would really hope is that it's another worn silver down in there. Probably not. Let's move that out of the way. It's in the back of the hole here. Oh, I popped it out there. It's a penny. And I think it is a memorial penny. Yep, it's one of the high relief ones. Let me switch hands here so I can see it. I got my glove off the other one. Switch hands with the camera. See what the date is. See when these were dropped around. It appears to be 1966. So 1964 silver dime. And a 66 penny in the same hole. We'll take that. Fortunate for me that 64 dime was still in circulation in 66 after the silver cut off. I've only ever done that a few times metal detecting. That's awesome. I did find a silver and clad dime in the same hole once or twice before, but it's pretty rare that that happens. We'll take it. A look at the two coins from that fantastic spill. Lincoln meets Roosevelt. Not too shabby. Nice. The sun just came out a little bit right before it goes down over the back of them houses there. But I did pop out one more coin here. Only about 2 inches down here. I'm about 3 yards from the driveway. I can't see the date on it, but it is another Wheatie. Probably from the 1940s or around in there. But awesome. 2 wheats from this property and a little bit of silver to boot. And a couple odds and ends I gotta clean up too. Okay, I'm trying to be quiet here. I just dug, I came on the opposite side of the walkway between there and the house here, and I had a solid 89 signal, and they got a dog in the backyard. He was barking a whole lot earlier. So I cut my plug, and I had already lifted up this little flap right here, and I want you to see what I saw when I flipped it. Check it out. If I can get this glove off. It's silver. Right there. I think I hit it with the shovel. Maybe not. It's kind of, I went right down in here with the spade. Might have clipped it. Might be it's kind of dull looking, but it's definitely silver. Clad ain't gonna look like that deep. It's a rosy. It's 1963. Sweet. Yeah, I think I did ding it up there on the top a little bit. Oh well, it happens. So, no fill on this little slope down here to the driveway, which makes sense because it's kind of built up already naturally where they built the house. So, and no lines went through here, thankfully. So I'll see if I can pop another one out. Running out of real estate, but maybe one more down there. I don't care how new they are, digging the silver just never gets old. Whether it's a 60s rosy or an 1800s silver, it's no different to me. I just love digging these things out of the ground. Unfortunately, I put a tiny little nick in that one, but just pretend you don't see it. What a beautiful area this is. But anyhow, it's all fill through the center part of this yard. And some of the houses up on this street aren't as old as the ones that are down in this circle. A lot of these are probably post World War II, like right around 1950-ish. But it's down and through here, this cul-de-sac, where they're older. The ones across the street, I know some of them are around World War II. I'm not sure if any of them are a little bit earlier. I gotta research it a little bit more. But that's the one I hunted earlier today. All fill dirt in the front there, except for along the edges where I found most of the old coins. And the house I'm hunting now may be, you know, mid-1950s even. It's not really all that old. But anyway, I got another signal right here. Really nice 85, 86. Very shallow. Could be a shallow silver, you never know. But we'll try this one live. I'm out of view of the 2 dogs they have back there, so I don't have to be as careful. It's just one of them that starts barking and then it gets the other one going. The other one's quite calm. It is silver. Look at that. Man, it's awesome that there's more silver than wheat pennies in this area. And that's what I did across the street before. Not that brick one on the end there, but that olive green one down there is what I hunted before. And I found 1 wheat penny and 2 silver dimes there. So just doing quite good on the silver ratio in this neighborhood. Except for where we hunted earlier today. What was that, 8 wheat pennies and 1 silver dime? But it's another dull looking silver rosy, it looks like. It looks pretty worn. This is awesome though, up here by the front steps. Didn't expect there to be this many coins up here. But it appears to be 1959. It's definitely not a 4, and we know it's not a 6 because it's silver. Because that wouldn't be silver if it was a 6. 69, it would have been clad. So D mint mark, 1959 D silver rosy. So we got a 59, a 63, and a 64. New silvers, but hey, I love it. Check out that nice imprint. Let's work this a couple more minutes. I am freezing. I am so cold right now, and the sun's going down. It's kind of already down on this hillside here. I just went over the hole again with the detector. I'm getting sloppy because I'm cold and tired, but there's another signal in the hole, and I hope it's another silver. It's pretty high. Listen to this. This is the plug right there. Still have an 86. This has got to be a rosy spill. There's the mark where I dug the other one, so let's see what else is down here. Okay, it's right here on this edge. So I'm going to carefully get some of this junk off my shovel and go down in behind it right here. Do that little plop. Come on. Be another silver. I think it is. I think it's another dull looking silver. I know something about the soil on this lawn specifically. That one almost looks black. Is it a Merc? It's a Merc. Sweet, in there with that 59 Rosie. I think I see a 0. Maybe for the last digit, maybe 1940. But wow, that's really black. Awesome though. A silver spill. Wow, it's been a while since I've done that. So let's set it right back there on that other area where the other silver came. Let's check it again. Well, I think that's it. But man, we hit the jackpot in this side of this yard. Silver number 4 from here. Sweet. So take a look at those two little beauties that came out of the same hole. Yeah, they're a bit dull, but you gotta take the silver the way the ground wants to give it to you. Got a 1959 Rosie and a 1940 Merc. Come on. No mint mark on that one, but we got a D mint mark on the Rosie. So there you have it. House number 1 I hunted today. House number 2 right here. That's where it all came from. It was just all about finding the little hot pockets where there were still targets. And the ones I found were pretty darn good. So I'm getting in the car now because I am froze. Welcome to the wrap up, everybody. This is what I gotta do to get some better lighting in my bathroom, but anywho, that's at least until I change some of the bulbs here. But I think there might be something wrong with this part of the fixture because I screwed another bulb in once that was already here at the house when I moved in and it blew it out. So maybe something wrong with that fixture. But anywho, let's jump right in to today's finds. I'm gonna do this quickly. I broke it up into 2 paper towels. This was house number 1. This was house number 2. At house number 1, get a clad quarter, clad dime, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 memorial cents, mixed zinc and copper. One, of course, being that first year issue 1959D. Got this relic bit, not sure what it is. It does look familiar, I just can't place it. Somebody probably knows what that broke off of. We got that very primitive looking tie clip. That thing I found down by the water was an old cap gun part. It is the trigger mechanism. So I thought that was pretty cool. We got that awesome little buckle that cleaned up pretty good. Surprisingly still intact. I like that little buckle. And we got a 1946 Philadelphia Jefferson nickel. I ended up with 7 wheat pennies, 4 of which came from 2 holes. So that was pretty cool. It was a 56D, 56D, 55D, 53D, 51D. An old one I didn't show in the video because I couldn't read it. Or I showed it, but you couldn't see the date. It's a 1934. I got to clean it a little bit more, but it's really caked on there. The old Wheaties didn't fare well. Now this one is completely annihilated, and you can see where I rubbed it. It completely just like destroyed the surface of the coin. But it's when they're in bad shape like that, that's what happens when you try to clean them anyway. This hunt was from like about a week ago, and I'm just doing the wrap-up now. I think before this dried I could see the date, but I don't remember what it was. I think it was a late teens Wheatie, or it might have been 1920, but it's really hard. I can't make it out now. And of course we got that really nice 44, excuse me, silver mercury dime. Quick edit, forgot to show the mini ball in the wrap-up. Over to permission number 2, not as heavy on the targets, but heavier on the silver, so we'll take that any day. There were no modern quarter dimes or nickels on that property that I could find. I found 9 memorial pennies, mixture of copper and zinc, of course with the one being in the hole with that 63D Rosie, and then we got that 1940 plain Merc and 64 Rosie spill, and I don't think there's a mint mark on either of these. Nope. And then we had that lone 1959D Silver Roosevelt dime. And the 3 wheat pennies I found on that property, go figure, they're all 1944, which is a really common year. So that was pretty interesting. I got this very ugly, shiny looking button. We'll probably chalk that one up to about the 1960s on a date for that one, but a really ugly, shiny button. And we got that cool pendant. I really like that. I'm going to have to research that one more. But Hey, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a good time making it. Awesome little permissions right there. Had a blast detecting them. So anyhow, I'll quit rambling on. Take care, everyone, and happy treasure hunting. I'll see you soon.